This is originally written by Bob Dylan in tribute to Woody Guthrie, one of his all-time idols. And I guess this is my, to put it lightly, my contemporary expression of this poem and poetry as it is continually represented throughout time. When your head gets twisted and your mind grows numb, when you think you're too old, too young, too smart or too dumb, when you're lagging behind and losing your pace in a slow motion crawl of life's busy race, no matter what you're doing, you start giving up. If the wine don't come to the top of your cup, the wind's got you sideways with one hand holding on and the other starts slipping and the feeling is gone, and your train engine fires needs no new spark to catch it. And the wood's easy to find them, but you're lazy to fetch it. And your sidewalk's starting curling and the street's gone too long, and you start walking backwards though you know it's wrong. And lonesome comes as down as goes the day, and tomorrow's morning seems so far away. And you feel the reins from your pony are slipping, and your ropers are sliding cause your hands are a-dipping. And your sun-decked desert and evergreen valleys turn to broken down slums and trash can alleys. And your sky-decked desert and your evergreen valleys turn to broke down slums and trash can alleys. And your sky cries water and your drain pipes are pouring, and the lights are flashing and the thunders are crashing and the windows are rattling and breaking and the rooftops are shaking. And your whole world's slamming and banging, and your minutes of sun turn to hours of storm. And to yourself you sometimes say, I never knew it was gonna be this way. Why didn't they tell me the day I was born? And you start getting the chills and you're jumping from sweat, and you're looking for something you ain't quite found yet. And you're looking for something, and you're knee deep in the dark water with your hands in the air, and the whole world's a watching with a window peak stare. And your good gal leaves and she's long gone a-flying, and your heart feels sick like fish when they are frying. And your jackhammer falls from your hands to your feet, and you need it badly but it lays on the street. And your bell's banging loudly but you can't hear its beat, and you think your ears might be hurt, or your ears or eyes turn filthy from the sight, blind and dirt. And you figured you failed in yesterday's rush, when you fear them were faked out and fooled, white face and now flower flush. And all the time you were holding 3 queens, and it's making you mad and it's making you mean, like the Middle of Life magazine, bouncing around a pinball machine. And there's something on your mind you want to be saying that somebody someplace ought to be hearing, but it's trapped in your tongue and sealed in your head, and it bothers you badly when you're laying in bed. And no matter how you try, you just can't say it. And you're scared to your soul that you just might forget it. And your eyes get swimmy from the tears in your head, and your pillow of feathers turn to blankets of lead. And the lion's mouth opens and you're staring at his teeth, and his jaws start closing with you underneath. And you're flat on your belly with your hands tied behind you, and you wish you'd never taken that last detour sign. You say to yourself, just what am I doing? On this road I'm walking, on this trail I'm turning, on this curve I'm hanging, on this pathway I'm strolling, in the space I'm taking, in this air I'm inhaling. Am I mixed up too much? Am I mixed up too hard? Why am I walking? Why am I running? Why am I saying? Why am I knowing? All this guitar I'm playing, on this banjo I'm frailing, on this mandolin I'm strumming, in the song I'm singing, in the tune I'm humming, in the words I'm writing, in the words that I'm thinking. In this ocean of ours I'm all the time drinking. Who am I helping? What am I breaking? What am I giving? What am I taking? But you try with your whole soul best never to think these thoughts, and never to let them kind of thoughts gain ground or make your heart pound. But then again you know why they're around, just waiting for a chance to slip and drop down. Cause sometimes you hear them when the night time comes creeping, and you fear that they might catch you asleeping. And you jump from your bed, from your last chapter of dreaming. You can't remember the best of your thinking. If that was in your dream that was screaming, you know that is something special you're needing. And you know there's something no drug that do for the healing, and no liquor in the land to stop your brain from bleeding. You need something special. Yeah, you need something special, alright? You need a fast flying train on a tornado track to shoot you someplace and shoot you right back. You need a cyclone wind and a stream engine howling that's been banging and booming and blowing forever, that your ear knows your troubles 100 times over. You need a greyhound bus that don't bear no race. They won't laugh at your looks or your voice or your face. And by any number of bets in the book, we will be long after the bubblegum craze and need something to open up a new door to show you something you haven't seen before, but overlooked 100 times or more. Need something to open your eyes, need something to make it known. That's it, you and no one else that owns that spot that you stand in, that space that you sit in, that the world ain't got you beat, that ain't got you licked. It can't get you crazy no matter how many times you might get kicked. You need something special, right? You need something special to give you hope. But hope's just a word that maybe you said or maybe you heard on some windy corner around a wind-angled curve. But that's what you need, man, and you need it bad. And your trouble is, you know, you're too good, because you look at it, start getting the chills, because you can't find it on a dollar bill, and you can't find it on Macy's windows, Mackey's windows, and ain't on no rich kid's roadmap, ain't in no fat kid's fraternity house, ain't made in no Hollywood wheat germ, and ain't on the dim-lit stage with a half-wit comedian on it, ranting and raving and taking your money, and you think it's funny. No, you can't find it in no nightclub, or not yacht club. It ain't in the seats of a supper club, but sure as hell you're bound to tell that no matter how hard you rub, you just ain't gonna find it on your ticket stub. No, it ain't in the rumors people telling ya, and it ain't the pimple lotion people are selling ya, and it ain't in no cardboard box house or down any movie star's blouse. You can't find it in the golf course, and Uncle Remus can't tell you, neither can Santa Claus. And it ain't the cream puff hairdo or cotton candy clothes, and it ain't the dime store dummies or bubblegum goons, and it ain't the marshmallow noses of the chocolate cake voices that come on knocking and tapping and Christmas rapping. Yeah, saying ain't I pretty, ain't that cute. Look at my skin shine, look at my skin glow, look at my skin laugh, look at my skin cry. Why can't you even see the senses you got in any sides? These people so pretty in the ribbons and bows. No, you'll not know of in no other day. Find it on the doorstep, maybe out of paper mache. And no, you'll not know no other day. And inside it the people made of molasses that every other day buy a new pair of sunglasses. And it ain't the 50-star generals and flipped out phonies who turn you into for a tenth of a penny, who breathe out and burp and bend and crack, and before you can count from 1 to 10, do it all over again before there's time behind your back, my friend. The ones that the wheel and deal and whirl and twirl and play games with each other in the sandbox world, and you can't find it either in the no-talent fools that run around gallant and make all the rules for the ones that got talent, and it ain't in the ones that got talent, any talent, but think they do and think they're fooling you. The ones who jump on the wagon just because they know it's in style to get their kicks, get it out quick and make all kinds of money and chicks, and you yell it to yourself, you throw down your hat and saying, Christ, do I gotta be like that? Ain't no one here that knows where I'm at. Ain't no one here that knows how I feel. Good God almighty, this stuff is real. No, but it ain't your game and it ain't your race, but it ain't your name and it ain't your face. You gotta look at some other place, and where you do look for this hope that you're seeking. Where do you look for this lamp that's a burning? Where do you look for this oil rush? Where do you look for this candle that's a glowing? Where do you look for this hope that you know is there and out there somewhere? And your feet can only walk down 2 kinds of roads. Your eyes can only look through 2 kinds of windows. Your nose can only smell 2 kinds of hallways. You can touch and twist. You can turn 2 kinds of doorknobs. You can either go to the church of your choice, or you can go to the Brooklyn State Hospital. You'll find God in the church of your choice. You'll find Rudy Guthrie in Brooklyn State Hospital. And though it's only my opinion, I might be right or I might be wrong, you'll find them both in the Grand Canyon at sundown. Yeah, this might be the warning for your morning of doubt and the flaunting, poetic poet and poetic sorting of most seeking praise. Wait, ask me again, is this the light shining through wise trees, illuminating the days, wasting where the dead days in a craze, forgetting about arbitrary relations of each individualistic contemplations, of each to our own in this maze, but phased I'm not, anxieties can't get me chopped, my legs don't ever seem to drop to their knees in wanting what, a materialistic, pessimistic crop, divine intervention and yang and yin and karma is what I've got, blind and deaf is what I am not, infinite is defined without lines which never stop, sarcasm at the daft draft, plain immature saints and contemplate taming ignoramus, blame chain, silhouetted names, idealistic selfish claims. At what fame? What fame? For my true love, my lady, my dames, is not the same as the clones who walk the streets and lanes and skimp clothes made ironically to shame. I love them more than love. This ache drives me from beneath the seas to the stars above. For words are not enough, though I'd swear to never give her up, never give them up, never say enough. Never say enough. I just want to say thank you to John Butler for that beautiful piece of instrumental music. Thank you.